That's okay. All right. It's boom shakalaka no matter who says it.
That's right.
It's 4 o'clock.
Every Friday.
Every Friday. We want to shout out to Mike Cook, Linda Nash, Stella Mitchell, Abraham Funches Jr.
Okay, and also to Gadiel and Shanika Carter, Walter King, and J.R. Burt.
Right. We want to welcome you to Miss Rocki and Shaviva North End Update Live because there's always something good, Shaviva.
Yes, and going on in the here
And the North End.
the North End and everywhere else.
Here,
Yes.
there, and everywhere.
You know it.
And we're Waterloo proud, but we've got some great people from actually the Cedar Falls area. And also we have Dusky Steele that's going to be joining us today. So we'll get to talk to them in just a few moments. But in the meantime, we want to let you know that the director of Blood at the Roots is actually here. Margaret Kemp will be joining us, and she is the director, and it will be performing at UNI Strayerwood Theater.
Yes, and we also have Dusky Steele, the development coordinator with the House of Hope, and she's going to be talking about their fundraiser, Boogie for Hope, Disco Inferno.
Hey, burn, baby, burn.
Yes.
Disco Inferno.
Yes.
There's the graphic.
By the way, did we say, no, we didn't, but we're getting ready to. We're the MCs for that event, so by all means, if you can come out and support and have a good time.
Yes, please do. I'm going to wear my disco hat. I have some way cool bell bottoms.
Do you?
Yes, I was there. I lived it.
In the 70s?
Yeah.
That was a little bit before my time.
Right.
Right.
It's going to be so much fun. So we're going to talk to Dusky about that, and also this heartfelt Blood at the Roots that is so touching. We're going to find out more about that.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes. Right now we want to shout out Lenore Metric Chin, whose exhibit, Our Town Reclaiming the Narrative, is opening this evening at the Hearst Center in Cedar Falls. It's a traveling exhibition, and it reframes Iowa history by examining, displaying, and collecting stories of underrepresented Black people in Iowa. So.
Yes, and that's at 304 West Searly Boulevard in Cedar Falls, and that actually opens tonight. Lenore is going to be talking at 6:30, so you can get over there and check that out and listen to this profound woman. I mean, she just picked up that load and carried it.
Yeah, this event reminds me of, this is way before your time, so I'm not going to, if you don't know what I'm talking about, a Temptation song, like a snowball rolling down the side of a covered hill. It keeps growing. This event keeps growing every time Lenore has an opportunity to interview and gather information from more people. So
right, and we're excited to be able to attend that tonight. Also, Shaviva, I don't know, I've never heard that song. I was there. Snowball down a hill.
I'm from Chicago, so all the good music came out. So.
All right. We want to let you guys know that the Community Foundation likes us, and they are one of our great supporters. And our show is brought to you in part by Waterloo Community Foundation. And also, I think it's a great time to thank our crew, Shaviva.
Yes, always, absolutely. We got to thank Ed and Agnes for always doing such a wonderful job. And we can't leave out our guy, Nate. He's also doing a wonderful job.
Yes, and he's a Pisces like me. And we also and Nate has a birthday coming up this weekend.
All right.
So, yeah, we're excited about that. And so shout out to Ed. Ed and Agnes, they're doing a great job. You see, we have a new background, which is pretty awesome. And Nate, you just let us know if there's anyone commenting. Shaviva, you and I, we didn't get to that last week.
Right. Their mission, UNI Educational Talent Search, their mission is to encourage, inspire, challenge, and support students in their academic success. The Black College Expo is coming up in April. That will be in Chicago, I believe. Yep, and you want to get signed up for that now. For more information, be sure to contact DeCarlos Anderson at 319-273-4784.
That's right. And I think we're going to switch these two things on our agenda around because I think we want to hear from Nate right now because Nate is over there chomping at the bit. He wants these sweets so bad. Nate, talk to us about what you found in the Soul Town.
Yeah, I found some good food this time, My birthday's coming up, so dessert has been on my mind. Basically Chef Bernita from Shakespeare Rose Culinary Kitchen, she made a boozy peach cobbler is what she called it. And it was just interesting reading about her, dislike for baking. I see myself as a baker, but
You do?
Yeah, I like to bake, yeah.
Oh, okay.
This guy is just so well-rounded, right?
More new stuff about you every week.
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe, But just reading about her peach cobbler. She was just talking about I recently made a peach cobbler. As a child, I wouldn't say I like peach cobblers. I wasn't a fan of the dough, but weeks ago I made my first cobbler. Can you believe it? I like mixing things up, so I cooked the peaches in a vanilla-infused Tahitian rum that a friend sent to me. I can't believe how well it turned out. The amazing thing is you can add bourbon or rum to the peaches or add vanilla paste to dough for extra flavor. So,
wow.
The picture itself, I don't know. That looked pretty good to me. So
Okay.
Peach cobbler is
with cream on top or ice cream, something that looks great.
some heavy whipping cream. That's what I'm talking about, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you for that, Nate. And we wanted to talk to you about your thing with STEM. You've been doing a lot of work with the STEM, which stands for
Science, technology, engineering, and math. But they're also adding an A, so art. So it's like STEAM now.
Yay.
Right.
Yeah, and
Right.
I think you would be involved in all of those, Shaviva. He's so interested in everything.
Yes, absolutely.
Tell us about your recent experience.
Yeah, so recently the UNIQ, just a couple weeks back, they had a STEM event for the middle schoolers, and I was there. I was a cameraman throughout the whole event, but I kind of got to bounce around to each different station and kind of learn about, what's going on, more of the science aspect. They did a lot of cool experiments. One of them that I remember was like about renewable energy and non-renewable energy, simple things, but they had some M&Ms, some marshmallows, and then they had to use a straw to like move them. And, the message was just talking about how, we need to focus on the non-renewable energies and making more use out of that as renewable energies and focus less on the non-renewable energies as those will eventually run out. So yeah, it was just interesting and connecting with the kids. I think that's an important part. I got to connect with a few of the kids and maybe made a connection with them and maybe touch them in some way, touch their hearts in some way and motivate them. I know some of them were excited that they got to talk to a high schooler, but
Oh, right. It's funny to hear him talk about kids. How great. It's so great to have you on board, Nate, and we're hoping that you have a great birthday tomorrow.
Thank you.
And thank you for giving us that insight at what's going on, on your level and the people that you're dealing with on a daily basis.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what are we going to talk about next is exercise. And I think this is a great time to bring our guests on and interview them about their exercise routines. We've got Margaret Kemp here. We want to welcome you, Margaret. Yes, and I think Ed's going for the shot. We also have our friend Dusky Steele. We love hanging out with you, and this time we get to we was on horses last time with her.
Oh,
now we're
right.
going to do the disco dance.
Oh, just you wait.
Right. Well, we have a new routine in our show every Friday. Lately, we've been talking about rocking your health, and this week we're talking about exercise and how important it is, Shaviva.
Right, absolutely. When you think about it, that's sort of the word that nobody necessarily wants to entertain is exercise. But it is really so important. So since it's something that we need to do, that we need to focus on, I guess it's a good idea to find something that you can get behind and remain consistent with, like walking, brisk walking. Doesn't take any special equipment. All you need is a place to walk. Something, if you enjoy swimming or like we do water aerobics, when the pool is fixed anyway. Just something that you can remain consistent with, and that's always been my problem, consistency. What about you, Dusky?
Well, I haven't been doing as well as I was doing, but I do consistently every day. As soon as I hop out of bed, I knock out 20 push-ups.
Whoa.
And then I like to walk, and I like to run too, but if I have time, I prefer to walk.
All right. Now, we're putting you on the spot, Margaret. Do you have a specific routine that keeps you so vital and youthful?
Too. I love to walk. I'm a big walker. There's an organization, I do it online. It's called Black Girls Walk.
Okay.
And it's about taking back the communities, maybe communities that are underserved where people don't necessarily exercise outside, but it's like they say there's thousands of black women walking every day. So
Sure.
I participate with that. And I also have been doing Pilates since I was in college. I started doing it in college.
Oh,
and
my
I
goodness.
really love Pilates.
All right. Wow.
Good for your breath. It's good for stretching.
Yes.
wonderful.
How great. Well, we could learn something from these ladies.
Yeah.
But listen, I want to know from both of you and you, Shaviva, what benefits do you feel that you get, Margaret, out of your routine?
For me, it's focus and stamina, because sometimes your days are long with work, but when you have a practice of fitness, you have you can work longer, and you can stay focused because you teach your walking and running and all these other activities teach your mind to really stay on one thing.
Yes.
So that's me.
Shaviva?
I think it's good for having something consistent going on in your life, and that for me has always been a problem, being consistent. Find out what works for you, like if working with other people is a big thing, like you said, connecting with people online, because if it's just me, I'm great for a couple of months and then I knock off for 3 or 4 months and then I'll start again. But yeah, just consistent and a general feeling of well-being, knowing that you did something good for your body. So,
Dusky?
Well, I can eat and drink whatever I want and not
Okay.
have to buy new clothes, so that's a
It is.
huge benefit. And also it gives me more energy, and I work with people a lot, so like walking gives me time to just be by myself with my thoughts and organize what's going on up in here.
Okay, right. And that's true for me as well. So I just always wonder about how strong I'd be without the routine that I do. And, I'm thinking that it does make me feel stronger as well, and it makes me feel in charge, in charge of my health instead of getting what my health brings to me, I give to myself, instead. So, yeah, I think it's all good. We love to exercise. Thank you, Nate. All right, so now we get to talk to our guests. Oh, actually, we were going to do our little Give It Air thing for our last time this month, and this little, what do you call it, Shaviva?
I don't know.
It's just kind of inspirational, hopefully, that we've been reading all month. So if you missed us last week, then you really can understand that this is important to us, because so many people think they want to give up, Shaviva. And so for anybody out there that thinks that life is too hard to go on, or the things that you've got going on in your life just make you want to quit, then we want to encourage you to listen.
okay, this is our last recital of this in honor of Black History Month. So, you mean to tell me that someone down your ancestry line survived being chained to other human bodies for several months in the bottom of a disease-infested ship during the Middle Passage, lost their language, customs, and traditions, picked up the English language as best they could while working free of charge from sunup to sundown as they watched babies sold from out of their arms and women raped by ruthless slave owners?
They took names with no last names, no birth certificates, no heritage of any kind, braved the Underground Railroad, survived the Civil War to enter into sharecropping, learned to read and write out of sheer will and determination, faced the burning crosses of the KKK, and averted their eyes at the black bodies swinging from ropes hung on trees.
Fought in world wars as soldiers, only to return to America as boys. Marched in Birmingham, hosed in Selma, jailed in Wilmington, assassinated in Memphis, segregated in the South, ghettoed in the North, ignored in history books, stereotyped in Hollywood.
And in spite of it all, somebody in your family line endured every era to make sure you would get here. But you received one rejection, face one obstacle, lose one friend, get overlooked, and you want to quit? How dare you entertain the very thought of quitting? People you will never know survive from generation to generation so you could succeed. Don't you dare let them down. It's not in our DNA to quit. So, if that did inspire you, I don't know. You better, I don't know. What can you say about that?
Absolutely.
So we hope that, and thank you, Lanny. And Lanny
Gelson, yes.
Gelson thought that we should do this all month, and we thought it was a good idea because we can all use some encouragement.
Absolutely.
And we thought we should give that a little air.
There you go. Because airing things out is sometimes the best disinfectant.
All right.
And we had a news flash for our birthday people. We have not forgotten about you.
Yes.
Yes. Hang tight for your birthday song and shout out around the end of the show.
Exactly, because we heard Dusky. Well, we know Dusky can sing.
No.
She is the best singer that we've had, and now we're going to find out about you, Margaret, see how good you can sing.
All right.
Okay. Let's talk with Margaret for a little bit. Shaviva?
Okay, well, first of all, thank you so much for coming on the show and talking to us today.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, we really appreciate you. And just tell us a little bit about yourself and about this production.
Okay. Well, I am here at UNI as a guest artist, part of an 8-week sort of immersion to give students of color a chance to work or with a professor and an artist who is also from maybe a similar cultural or racial background. And it's just been really great. I'm working on a play called Blood at the Root by Dominique Morisseau. She is from Detroit, the writer, and this is the second play I've worked on that she's written. And the really great thing about this play is that it was developed to be performed by college students. And as a way of helping college students to, as you were saying in the Giving Air, to find out more about who they are in relation to the history of the United States. It's a multicultural cast, and some of them didn't know that the civil rights, they didn't know that John Lewis was their age when he was walking across Pettus Bridge. Mm-hmm. So part of my work as a artist in residence is to bring an awareness to those issues that are also in the play so that they can sort of raise the game in their performance based on connecting with it in a really real way.
Wow. And you were sharing with us before we went live that the teaching of this was, you were probably kind of concerned about our youth that don't understand the history.
Right.
And why is that? Is it that it's not being taught? You know, the black history, usually all the things we learned in history class were about important white people in our past, and the black people were overlooked. Is that the case still?
It seems to be, just from my conversations with these students, but at the same time I think that evidenced by the fact that I am here at UNI and this is my job, right? So also I feel like things are changing.
Yes.
Right? Different institutions are taking this very seriously to really tell the truth of what this nation is, you know, like the play says, what's at the root of this, you know? So,
Okay.
yeah.
You made mention that the cast is multicultural. How large is the cast? Are they all theater majors?
They're all theater majors except for one, that person. I would say that part of the aesthetic of the play is the hip hop aesthetic. So what it's asking institutions to do that produce it is to bring people from the outside. So it's not just this siloed community, but we have the voice of True. She's our choreographer. She's a local person. Lyrical, he's one of the composers, also a local person. We also have a local actor in the group. And these things are really, as you asked, what's new in education? This is new. I mean, before it was this silo, very tightly organized so that different voices don't get into the room. But this way, we actually have community members, so we can talk about the school to prison pipeline, which is part of the one of the foundational elements of this story. We can talk about the specifics of what's happening locally, as well as what's happening across the country. I'm from California. The pipeline's alive and well there too. So, right. Yeah.
Yes, everywhere. Also, I wanted to ask you, I know you guys were talking, Eric is with you today, and you were talking about someone else that you were going to mention. I don't even remember who it was, but...
Oh, Lynn Nottage. How could I forget? Lynn Nottage, internationally recognized master playwright, is coming to UNI on March 8th, 7 o'clock.
Oh.
It's free for an evening, speaking with her, finding out about her work. And she is also a playwright who is community engaged. So, for example, she'd come to a place like Iowa or Waterloo and talk to a community and find out a story that really matters to them and start to build a play around it. So the whole thing of my being here and doing Blood at the Root and having Lynn Nottage all speaks to working with the community. And I think it's really great that UNI is not just doing this at the school, but also employing people in the community and letting that voice be in the space also. So come in to Lynn Nottage.
Beautiful.
So her visit actually sounds like it overlaps the period of time where the play will be running. So why don't you let folks know how long the play is going to be running and where they can get tickets?
You can get tickets from the UNI website, which is all the graphic there.
Yes.
All right.
And it runs from the 2nd to the 11th, and we have quite a few talk back. So if you think this is something that's of interest to you, the cast really wants to talk to you, I really want to talk to you, so that we can engage in not only the story of the play, but how can we make life better here in this community.
Beautiful. Goodness, we can't ask for a better guest and a better and a better area to talk about. Is this that's so so in today's front culture? It's those Adidas, I think. But thank you so much,
Thank
Margaret.
you for having me. Yes,
so great. And there's all the information you need on the graphics there. Thanks to Agnes.
Okay,
And we got Dusky.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to that, and also looking forward to this event that is coming up next weekend.
Yep.
Yes.
I'm Dusky from House of Hope, and we have our fundraising event coming up next Saturday, March 5th. It's at the Waterloo Elks Club, and it is, every year we do this event, but it's a different theme every year. And this year is Boogie for Hope Disco Inferno.
Right.
So it's always a fun time. We have a lot of fun surprises, and we've got amazing MCs. And we have a DJ, and of course we're there to raise big money for House of Hope. House of Hope is completely funded by the community, so events like this are really important to make sure that we can continue doing these amazing programs that help women.
So now, how many other themed fundraisers have you all given?
Gosh, this is the 8th.
Wow.
Yeah, because I'll be here 8 years. So this is the 8th one that I've done.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
What I think people like to hear as well is, all those success stories you tell us about. Tell us a good one.
Oh my gosh, they're all so good. But
There's so many women that get help from House of Hope, and we just love it, so.
yeah, well, it works, and really supporting House of Hope is an investment in the community that we live in, And so we have lots of success stories, but right now we're seeing a lot of women go through our Framing Hope program, which is a partnership with Habitat for Humanity. And just last Wednesday, I think it was last Wednesday, House of Hope staff and board of directors, we got to actually work on one of our mom's houses, and she will be moving in the next few months. And yeah, so it's so special. And a year ago in February, we moved in our very first mom, who she now is a homeowner. So she was in homelessness and then is now a homeowner, and all through, you know, House of Hope and all the programming that, you know, happens there to make sure that the women aren't just struggling a little bit less when they leave, they are solid. Yeah. And that's the ultimate success. And it's a predictor of breaking the cycle of poverty too, if a mom has an asset to pass down to her children. And so, so it's, you know, really an amazing.
I know.
It's
my
blessing
favorite.
to so many.
Yeah. So we have, and in fact, at our event, we usually have a highlight video, but this year we're actually having some of our women speak, and the focus is on home ownership and their path to home ownership. And so it's going to be really special to hear from them personally, and they're some amazing women. I mean, talk about strong,
we've met
determined.
A few of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, over the time that we've known you and gotten a chance to meet some of these women, what I really love about House of Hope is how it reaches women that are going through various stages of things. Sometimes they're moms, sometimes they're young women who are aging out of foster care, just all these different things, and the support and the outreach is tremendous. And so.
Yeah, and it's all individualized, and so everybody has different barriers, and so their plan is really unique to whatever their barriers and their needs are. And yeah, women aging out of foster care in our Pillars program, that's kind of our prevention strategy, because they are very high at risk for becoming single mothers in homelessness, and so we're trying to prevent them from falling through the cracks.
Well, you're doing a great job, and we just love knowing you. And this year we get to make a donation as well, because we support you guys, and you've always supported us, and we're going to do something to support you as well.
You already do stuff to support us.
Well, we're looking forward to it. There's the information, and just say it one more time. What day?
It is March 5th,
Yes.
so next Saturday. Cocktail hour starts at 5. Dinner is usually around 6:30. You know, delicious chicken of sorts.
Okay, yeah. At the
delicious-
Elks, they got that good stuff.
Yeah. The food's really good, and there's going to be lots of fun little surprises. So there's still a few tables and tickets left. So you have a couple more days if you want to come.
Okay, Agnes is going. I can tell. I can hear her talking, and she's so excited about going to House of Hope. Boogie for Hope. Everybody be there. But now it's time to sing Happy Birthday.
Oh, my goodness.
Because, listen, we sing the Stevie Wonder version.
All right,
We want you to get your jam on. You know how you make a few
I
moves.
don't know it so well.
Well, you've caught on, Dusky. Don't play that. We already know. We already know you know the song.
You know
Look
just
at Margaret.
where
She's
I'm at.
excited.
I'm sure you do.
Okay, so we got the best birthday people, just like we got the best guests and the
Yes.
best viewers. Anybody say anything to us at all? Agnes and what's your name, Nate?
Yeah, Agnes just had mentioned she thinks Miss Shaviva's shirt looks really nice and it goes well on her.
Oh, it
Thank you.
does. I know. She
appreciate
is so beautiful. Agnes
my
is trying to
goodness.
be funny.
Okay. Well, we want to speak to our birthday people, and once again, you just sort of fell in
Nate?
between those times. Our birthday people,
Nate.
Rocki,
Oh, thank you.
okay,
Thank you very much.
and also Nate Anderson. Got a
Yay,
birthday coming up. Yes,
Nate!
indeed.
Nate, it was good to be born, wasn't it?
Indeed.
I know, right?
Happy birthday also to Ashley Wortham,
Yes.
to Deborah Burks,
Deborah.
to Majda
Yes.
Karajic,
Yes.
Anita Clark, and Gladys Benavides. Happy birthday.
Yes, and happy birthday to Bodied by Ty
Yes.
Smith, Phaedra Roby, Bob Niemeyer, LaDelmar Drain, and Robert Oliver, and Leon Mosley. we want to say happy birthday, and we hope your birthday is great, and we hope you appreciate being born too. So we're going to sing a song, and it goes something like this. I'm sure you would agree
It couldn't fit more perfectly
that to have a world party
on the day you came to be.
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday, happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Yay!
See, Dusky, you jumped in right at the right time.
I like the way Dusky sings. Dusky thought the words was up here. She was like, happy birthday.
Watching you guys.
We love it. Well, we hope you've enjoyed another wonderful show with some great guests.
Thank you.
Yes, and we will be there.
Oh, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm
Opening
looking
night.
forward to next Saturday as well, yes.
Make sure you dress up.
Oh, we will.
Oh, yeah.
I got my headband and my flashing lights and everything. So,
All right.
okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, both of you guys.
Thanks for having us.
All right. Well, we will close out by saying, keep doing more of what makes you awesome, like Dusky,
And like Margaret,
because
it
it makes us all look good. See you next time.